GatorSports.com.
Well-played game. They came out and played real hard. I'd also like to thank our seniors. They came out and played their tails off. We didn't execute very good, but we got to take a good with a bad. And so we got to go find a way to regroup and go win a bowl game.
All right, we'll take your questions for Coach or Tim Tebow if you'll raise your hand, and we'll get one of the floor microphones to you. Go ahead, we'll start in the middle.
Urban, I know you're fond of talking about Coach Holtz and how he says, the last 5 minutes of the first half, first 5 minutes of the second half. Obviously, you didn't get the touchdown at the end of the first half and 3 and out to start the second. Just talk about not capturing that momentum like you could have.
Well, I think the score was, if I remember right, it went 12-10. We went down and scored, and there was 4 minutes left, and that big screen pass was a huge momentum shift. But still, you come back, and it's 19 19-10 at halftime? I'm not sure. But you felt like you could still come back, and if we would have got something going right away in that third quarter, and we obviously didn't. So that was a huge momentum shift, especially after the touchdown to David Nelson to get it to 12-10.
Okay, question over here.
Urban, can you talk about what surprised you the most tonight? Was it you guys seem to get handled on the offensive line? They seem to have the right calls on at the right times, especially that screen pass. Was there one thing that really surprised you?
Well, we play great. We've played great defense here at Florida, and I think that it came down to missed tackles. There was 2 huge plays in the first half, and one was just basically a hitch where the guy came out of it, and then the screen play. And those are, very uncharacteristic of, good defenses to give up big plays.
Tim, I know you tried to rally the team there late, and I know you felt they could get things going. Tell me what you sensed in that huddle at the time. You had some resolve. You went out there, you just couldn't get it done. What was that like for you to experience it?
Well, it was frustrating. Obviously, this is not how we wanted to finish our season in the SEC, and there were a lot of goals we won't be able to accomplish. But it was frustrating. To say it wasn't would be a lie. But we still got to regroup and go have a good bowl game, and that's what our focus will be.
Yeah, Tim, can you maybe take us through the context of the game itself and when you kind of felt that it was maybe getting away from you? I know there was you had a lot of enthusiasm, first half there with the 2 long runs and then the touchdown, and you obviously were pumped up, and kind of what was going through your mind in the second half in particular.
Well, when we had the 2 long runs, it was, I think we were pretty, we weren't, it's like not like we weren't amped up, but I just was trying to get everybody going, get the fans into it, get just all the sideline into it. That's why I kind of tried to do that. And then really when we felt it slipping away was when they scored their 3rd touchdown and took up a lot of time. And you knew it was in the 4th quarter, but, no one panicked. No one did anything like that. We regrouped, drove the ball down the field, and threw an interception in the red zone. So, could we have come back? I don't know. But, we're trying. No one gave up. No one, batted an eye or started arguing. It was a team effort, and a team effort that we lost in. But, still everybody stuck together the whole game.
Question on the right side. Go ahead.
Coach, over here. Normally if your defense misses a lot of tackles, they attribute it to a lack of focus. I'd imagine that probably wasn't the case today. So were they just flat out beaten, or what's your assessment of why there were so many missed tackles?
That's a good way to analyze it. I don't know if it's lack of focus, lack of preparation, or the fact you're facing some pretty good backs and you didn't make the tackle. We've been a very good tackling team. Our record, we have it right in our defensive staff room. Our record is 45-2 when we have single-digit missed tackles. I know we had more than single digits, so that's a fundamental of defense. I'm sure every school has it, but I think don't take away the credit of the players you played against either. Those are good backs, but we gotta tackle better.
Okay, left side. Go ahead.
Urban, can you talk about the poise and polish that McElroy showed? I mean, he really didn't make any mistakes, but he was more than a caretaker. I mean, he led them today. And I guess the second question would be, do you think Dunlap would have made a difference?
First question is, he was 12 of 18 for 239 yards. That means he hit a bunch of big plays, one long one of 70 yards. We kind of kept Julio only 2 for 28 catches, but the tight end hurt us, and their play action passing hurt us, and then that screen pass. I imagine it was 70-some yards. I'm not even sure. But he did show a lot of poise for a first-year quarterback. You saw that coming, though. You saw last week against Auburn, and those kind of things usually really accelerate a quarterback's progress.
Okay. Now, right side, go ahead.
Coach,
two plays in particular in the first half. The pass to Hernandez near the goal line that fell incomplete, and then the pass to Demps right there at the first of the game that he dropped. Could you address the significance of those plays and how the game may have changed had y'all come up with those two catches?
Yeah, very similar. You know, Tim scrambled and made a great throw, and then Aaron usually makes that catch. And I just go back to the national championship game against Oklahoma. Murphy did, and he scores, and the momentum's on your side. And then I thought that big one early in the game was just, and Dempsey usually catches it, but that keeps our offense on the field and one more set of plays and keeps our defense on. Gave us even better field position. So those are two critical plays in the first half.
So, did you have a follow-up, Pete?
I just wanted you to address Dunlap, Urban, and would he have made a difference, please?
I think any time you have an excellent player that's not in your lineup, it would have made a difference. How much, I don't, that's all speculative.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Urban, how much of it did you think Alabama was just more physical on both sides of the ball?
More physical, I don't know, but tonight they were very physical, and it was noticeable. Obviously, our rushing, we didn't get the backs. Tim ran the ball for some yards, but we didn't get our backs going. But it seemed like we were behind, and we were trying to play catch up the entire night, and we didn't do that. So I felt like their offensive line was very physical. How physical? I don't know. I haven't watched the tape. I saw what you saw though, and I'd like to watch the tape before I make any more comments about that.
Did you have a question down front?
Tim, you mentioned the red zone interception. Can you talk about that play, what you saw? I think that was to Hernandez. Did you see the DB there?
Well, they did a good job. We were running a play. They were going to bring a no-deep look, and so I audibled in to bring someone in, and then they checked out of it. And I just thought I could fit it in there, and I should have threw it over, tried to get it over his head. But he did a good job playing up and then bailing, and it was a good play by him, and it was a bad decision by me.
Okay, in the back.
Tim, among others, you have Taylor Haugen's bracelet on. Is it times like these when those relationships and those messages really, affect you a lot?
Absolutely. It puts things into perspective. Obviously I'm emotional, as all y'all can see after games, and it means a lot to me. But at the end of the day, it's not really what matters. Stories like that and people like that, that's what matters. And that's why, you can walk away holding your head high because of things like that. And we're playing a game, although it is extremely important and it's fun, and we put, hours and days and weeks into it, it's still just a game. And that's why, it's not life or death, and it's not, the biggest thing in the world. Although we do care about it a lot, there are a lot of things that are more important.
Got time for two more questions. We'll take the one in the back and then down on the front on the aisle right here.
This is for Coach. Coach, what did you tell him at halftime? What did you think you needed to do to get this thing going in the second half?
Well, I'm checking here because I do remember we hit the field goal at the end to make it 19-13. And we actually had a little bit of confidence going into that locker room because we thought our defense would play, tackle a little better in that second half. And then we had some confidence because we did move the ball against a good defensive football team. So we were actually, there was some energy, some juice, some confidence in that locker room. It wasn't like, because we did have a good second quarter. First quarter was not very good, but the second quarter, the momentum kind of bounced back in our lap other than a screen pass. So we kind of expected, and I kind of expected us to come out and play very well in the third quarter, and we didn't do that.
Last question on the aisle right here.
Coach, obviously a stinging loss tonight, but how would you characterize this season as a whole to this point?
Well, what's our record? I don't even know. What is it, 12-1? We're 12-1. I'm just as disappointed I love these seniors. They're going down to the winningest group of seniors in the history of SEC. In this era of the SEC, I can't imagine there's been stronger. So, but the key is how this team's going to respond. And then I'll let you know. If this team responds like I'm expecting they will, then I'm very proud of them.
Thank you very much. Alabama will be up momentarily.